And welcome to my channel. Hope you are doing well. So today in this video I'll be talking about Spring Boot Actuator, a monitoring and managing application. So before I start uh, talking about this topic, let me tell you, like many times this question has been already asked in the interview, and many people asked me also to make a video on this. So today I have came with a complete end-to-end video for Spring Boot Actuator, where I'll be talking about what is Actuator, how to implement Actuator in Spring Boot project, what is importance of Actuator, and how it helps in a production ready application, all of those. So let's get started. Watch the video till end so that you don't miss any important information about Actuator. So here I'll be talking about what is a Spring Boot Actuator. So it's a tool which is available in Spring Boot for production ready application. It provides endpoints by which you can get the metrics, you can monitor your application, you can manage application with those available endpoints. That I'll be showing you when I give that demo in the end of the application. Like what are the available endpoints. So few here I have given in this slide also, like what are the endpoints which are exposed. So the endpoints like health, metrics, environment, etc. And there are more which I'll be showing in the end. So why to use actuator in Spring Boot project? Like what is the importance of using this actuator? So first, it will give you a real-time application health check. You can monitor performance of your application with the help of metrics given by this actuator endpoints. It also helps in debugging configuration issue quickly, and you can manage your application without redeploying. So these are the few key areas which becomes important in your application, which can be resolved with the help of actuator. And some of the endpoints which are exposed by this actuator are, you can see on the screen. The first is health endpoints, which will be showing health status of your application. Then we have info, displays application info. We have a matrix that gives you performance metrics about your application. We have environment that will give you all the environment variable used in your application. Then we have a loggers that manages log labels dynamically. So there are many more, but here I have given only few. Rest I will be adding in the description section of the video. You can check it out there. And how to implement actuator in Spring Boot project. So there are few steps that we need to take care. Definitely you need to add that dependency in pom.xml if it is a Maven project, or if it is a Gradle you need to add in build. You need to add in build.gradle file. So once you added your dependency in your pom.xml, since mine is a Maven project, so I'll be talking about once you have added dependency in your pom.xml file, the second step what you need to do is you need to add properties in your application.properties file in order to enable the actuator endpoint. So the property needs to be added is this management.endpoints.web.exposure.include, and then you have to add this star. So this star will enable all the endpoints, but in case you don't want to enable all the endpoints, here you can add that what are the endpoints that you want to enable. Based on that you can give that information here as well. That I will be showing you in the demo also, like how to do that. and then you can get access all the API with the help of this slash actuator endpoints. Now let's talk about what is the importance in real world project, how it helps uh, us in a project. So it helps DevOps team to monitor application health in real time. Like they can check out the health status of your application anytime with the help of the actuator endpoints. It also helps in proactive issue detection. If there is any issue with the configuration and other things, you can get quickly with the help of this actuator endpoints. It can integrate with some third party applications like Prometheus, Grafana, ELK stacks, where you can create a dashboard to look into the performance or any data related to your um, project. It reduces downtime and improves stability. So definitely it helps in reducing the downtime of your application. It also improves stability of the application when we use actuator in your project. You can secure these endpoints with the help of Spring Security. It will limit exposure in production. Use role based access for sensitive data, because this provides so many sensitive data with available endpoints. So definitely we should have a authentication and authorization, which helps us like which user should be able to use these endpoints. So you can use Spring Security for that, securing your endpoints, and role based access for authorizing the endpoints. So in the end, let me quickly summarize what we discussed so far. We discussed about actuator, what is that actuator means, how do we implement that, and other things. So if I say in one line, it just monitor and helps managing Spring Boot application. Easy to implement, highly valuable in production environments. So it's all about theory. Now let's move on to the demo side of it, where I'll be showing you how to implement in a Spring Boot project, and we'll be also calling few of the actuator APIs to get that information. So let me go to here. In my project I have a Spring Boot project where I have implemented this actuator endpoints. So you can see that I have a project called library management application, where I am going to implement this actuator, and going to see like what configuration is needed, what dependency needs to be added, and what APIs are available to make from the actuator. So and how it helps. So this is a simple Spring Boot project. I have already discussed about the project structure in my previous videos, because this video is also in continuation with other videos, where I am making a playlist series of scenario based questions. So this is also one of the scenario based question where people ask like, how will you implement actuator in a Spring Boot project for monitoring and managing your application. So I'll be not talking much about the project structure and all, because I've already talked. If you have not seen those videos, I would recommend go back and see those videos, so that you will be in more connection what I'm talking about. But if you have not seen also, then there is not much needed. It's just all about separate video, you can say, where I'll be only talking about actuators, so you can understand. So first what I need to do is you need to add application, you need to add dependency for actuators. So let me go to this form.xml file, where I can show you that the dependency which I have added here is Spring Boot starter actuator. So this is the dependency which is required in order to enable actuator APIs in your Spring Boot project. Once you have added this Spring Boot starter actuator, then you need to have a configuration that will enable all the endpoints in your that will enable all the endpoints in your application. So the property which needs to be added to enable all the endpoints is this, which I am highlighting in my application.properties file, management.endpoints.web.exposure.include, and the value is a star. So when you give value as a star, it will enable all the endpoints. But sometimes requirement is you don't want to enable all the endpoints. So in that case, you can also enable particular endpoints, and that can be done with like this. The key will be same like management.endpoints.web.exposure.include, and then in the value you can give the all the endpoints which you want to enable comma separated. So here you can see in video I have given health, info, metric and loggers. So these four endpoints will be enabled. So this is how we'll be enabling particular endpoints, but here I have enabled all the endpoints because just I want to use all the APIs to get the information. And if you want some more information in detail, you can also add these properties management.endpoints.health.show details always, so it will give you the properties in detail. And if you want to customize your base path, you can add this dependency where you can customize the base path of your actuator endpoints. And one more important, this is also an interview question also. Sometimes interviewer asks you how will you shut down your application without bringing down your application. So actuator provides the endpoints by which you can shut down your application. That also I'll be seeing in video how it can be used and how it will shut down the application. So in order to enable that API, you need to add the in order to implement the shutdown API, you need to add this configuration management.endpoints.shutdown.enabled equal to true. So when you make a call, this shutdown API call, it will shut down your application. So these are the these are the configuration that needs to be done in your application.properties file in order to enable your actuator endpoints. So now I talked about how which dependency needs to be added, what configuration needs to be added, and now let's get started. So I'll just start this application. So let me execute this application. So here you can see that the application got started and it is saying that Tom got started on port 8080. So it is running on port 8080. Now let me call some of the APIs. So now let me call some of the APIs. So let me go to Postman. So here I have this some of the API which I have already used. So you can see that I have health API, bean API, environment API, info API, config, thread dump API, and in the last shutdown APIs. So I'll be just calling one by one. You see what is the result and how it helps. So first I'll just make a call to health API. The URL will be actuator/health and the host and the port where it is running. For me it is running in localhost, so in my local system, and the port is 8080. So it is localhost 8080 and then the endpoints. So I'll be calling this health API and you can see that it is giving details about the application and status is up. So my application health is up. If the application is not working properly or some server is not up, the status will be down. So this is for health API. Here you can see that it is giving other details as well, where it is telling that mail status is up, Redis status is up, then SSL status is up. So it is giving a status of all the services which are used in my application. Similarly, you can call this bean API that will be giving you the list of all the beans in your application. Then you have environment API which will give you all the environment related information. So here it is saying that active profile is local, and I had some environment variable added that I'll see. I had app, email. So here you see I had added an environment variable called email app password. So that is available here. So all the environment variable which you have added in your project, you can get it with the help of this environment APIs. Then we have info APIs. Right now it is returning empty result. Then we have config APIs that is giving configuration related data. Similarly, you have dump thread API that will give you all the information about your thread. So these are the few important APIs, and there are many more. You can explore all the other API which are exposed by this actuator. And I was talking about how can we make a shutdown with the help of actuator API, right? So right now my application is up because I was able to make a call to all the API. Here you can see that again I am showing, since application is up, so I am getting the response. Now I'll just make a call to this shutdown APIs. And one more thing I would like to add here is this shutdown API is a post call. Rest all the API which I called was a get call, and this shutdown API is a post call, but we are not sending anything in the body. Now let me call this API, and you see in the response I got shutting down by. So now application is not up. So just to test, let me call this API. You see you are not getting a response because application is not up. Now if you go to application and see, here it is saying that graceful shutdown complete, because this application was shut down with the help of that shutdown API. So these are the few API which helps us to monitor our application, and we can integrate this API with the third party application also, as we talked about in the theory, like Prometheus, ELK, and many more such tools which are available in order to create a board where you can see all the production related data about your application. So this is all about the actuator. I hope that I was able to make you understand, and if you have any dot related to actuator, you can let me know in the comment section. I'll be happy to help you, or if you have any better way of doing it, that also you let me know in the comment section. And I hope that I was able to make you understand what is actuator and why do we use actuator. Thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel, like and subscribe this video to some of your friends, which can help me to grow further. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.